What up, fish people? Kenny E and lovely Danny E here for another Sunday night of shenanigans. Hope everybody is doing well. I had an awesome day. I went up down to the Willamette Valley Aquarium Society, got some new swag from them, which was awesome. And then I got only thing I came back with as far as fish related was the shirts, and then I managed to get one plant bought. I tried to get her a pink panther pretty aggressively, and I finally got off at like 20, and it was a friend of mine, so I let him have it. If he wasn't a friend, I probably would have ran it up to about 30. That was a good looking plant. Big one, too. I mean, it was like this big around and that tall. Bright red plant, gorgeous. So let me swing through the hellos. So, you know what? I think I am on. I think I might be in Top Chat. So let me go here.
I didn't know there was different types of chat on StreamYard.
I don't think there is. There might be.
I've never seen one.
All right, I'll run through them. Eugene first in this evening. What's going on, Eugene? Mr. Seville Steve, hola, brother. Linda Worth, welcome. And then we got Uncle Smiley. Cave of Wonders, Miss Sage. I got to see Miss Sage today. She told me to tell you hello.
Hello.
And Dave O. But I think that is not registering right.
What? I think it is. That's what I've got. Okay. And it says all. So, I think we're good. But while Ken was gone.
Yes, as you guys can see behind me, I'll give you a close-up. But Miss Danny was busy and got this 75 reset. She put my big Decorus downstairs in the 300. I got two in there. Then my other Synodontis is over there. Then the red-tailed shark ended up in the Frontosa tank.
Baby Frontosa.
Huh?
Baby Frontosa tank.
Yeah, baby Frontosa. The big Frontosa would munch them for breakfast. So anyway, she put all of our cute little tangs in here. She did a great job rescaping it. So we have our Reganis and Dickeyfields, Judeochromis in here. See them right there just chilling.
Underneath the leaf.
There's some more. They're all just loving their new
There's all kind of little caves for them in there. They love caves.
And this is an African salt that's in here. So it's got a little higher pH, so they'll love that. Look at him. He's like, hey, dude, this is my area. Get lost.
Yeah.
But you did a great job on it. I am going to do an update video on it probably later this evening. Danny and me have been doing a lot of cool things. It feels good to be back to fish thinking again.
Yeah.
Instead of fishing, now we're back into 100% going after our fish. The next room to be accomplished is the room she's sitting in. We're going to start getting, there's a lot of reasons why. We're at the point now in Danny's office where I got to start getting some ground made on getting tanks moved and fish moved so we can get that back room cleared, then get the big boy room cleared, and then we're just about there on the other room too, where we can, one of those two rooms has got to become a spare bedroom again because Danny needs the space in her office. We got to bring the 125 tall in for her for that so we can start getting her discus going. And then the 255 she has in there going downstairs into the pleco room. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of all the regular albinos most likely. I'm just going to sell them off probably this next swap, the adult pairs. So I'll sell them as pairs. And then that 55 I'm going to dedicate to another line of plecos. I haven't decided which ones yet, but it's most definitely, it's either going to go for the plecos or Danny and I we have those breeding pair of Rockheel Severums down there that would probably be beneficial to put them in their own tank for a while. Depends on how much market there is on the Rockheels and whether or not we continue to use those or not. Hello, Janice. Good to see you. John McKenzie, welcome. George with Aqua Balls, welcome.
Ouch. Accidentally clicked the leg of your dusk. Ow. Did you say hi to Whip and Stan Pittman and Aquaball?
Hey, Stan, what's going on? Whip, hello.
Aquaball says, I'm also escaping some Tanganique and Cichlid tank. I have 4 different kinds coming over soon. John McKenzie, hello, hello.
So yeah, I had a good fishy day. It's always fun when you can. Oh, and then the other update, I forgot to update you guys with this on the beautiful 110. See how crystal clear it is now? I went and offed a bunch of my albino regular fins to one of the pet stores, and with the store credit, I was able to purchase a nice canister filter for this. So it has cleaned up all the messy messes from the Paleotis catfish in here. Now, Danny finally got to see the school in all of its glory, and she realizes, yes, they've been breeding. But look at how much red is in that antet right now. Ever since we got the filter put on, it's like everybody's just flaring beautiful colors. Is that showing up, Danielle?
A little bit. You can see how much red he has in him, yes, but there's a big glare from your computer. But very pretty.
Super stoked, super stoked about this.
So yeah, it's a whole lot clearer than it was. Those catfish like to really kick up the dust in that tank.
They are definitely pigs.
And no, we do not. Or Seville Steve says, do you have or breed Ancestris Webbenmuster? No, I do not. Do not have that pleco. I think they get a little bit bigger than.
Now, Danny and I are trying to stay with the plecos at max size, maybe 4 or 5 inches tops. The biggest ones that we're going to be breeding in the house are probably the L82s, and that's probably the largest ones we'll have. And those get to be about
7 to 8.
7 to 8 inches. The other species I'm considering breeding are some royals. I'd like to see if I can get the royal plecos going. Would be nice. I think those are really cool. And then that new honeycomb pleco that's out, I would like to see if I could get those breeding.
Yeah.
And now our 397s we got from Maria Z are starting to get to breeding size now. So I need to start giving them a little bit. I know I'm doing good with the diet because their water is completely green. So it's obvious it's getting plenty of greenage in there. Long Family Shore, welcome.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll ever be able to breed the royals. We'll see. First, we got to figure out how to sex them.
I already know how to handle that.
Oh, yeah?
I just buy a group of 8 to 10, and I know sooner or later what I'm gonna do. That's a pretty fish. That's still probably one of my favorite plecos of all time.
Davo says, I love the Rockhill Severums, but I love my plants. What do I do? You don't put plants in with the Rockhill Severums.
Any Severum. Any Severum.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, there's my little brother, Tim.
Hi,
Reverend
Tim. How are
Times
you?
in the house. I'm not sure if he came over. Yeah, he's on YouTube.
Yeah, he is. Byron says, "Good evening, y'all."
I got to see Mr. Byron and his lovely wife Renee today.
I was jealous about that. I was jealous about Ken going, and I was like, do I go? Do I not go? I have so much stuff I need to do, and I just never have time. And it was a whole
And
day.
she
It took
could have
me all
went.
day.
The other thing is too is when it's a larger auction, sometimes it goes a little longer. And
Yeah.
today everything went pretty smooth. I mean, I was out of there by I think 20 to 4, so I got home in plenty of time where I could tell her about the day's events and
Yeah.
everything. I got to see George RB3 and I got to see Sage. That's Cave of Wonders there.
Yep, but I worked on the tank behind him, and I had it all emptied. I pulled it out away from the wall. I painted the background, let it dry most of the way, pushed everything back, reconnected all the hoses, heaters. And then I cleaned the filters, the sponge filters, put those in. So then I squeezed one out, molded it with another tank sponge just to make sure I had enough bacteria in there. Move some
You used the
plants in
sponge
there.
from their old tank then?
Uh, yes. But I had to scrub the blackbeard algae off of it, so I don't know how much bacteria would have been on it.
Oh.
I was trying to get everything
Well, that's what
blackbeard
I get.
algae
That's
free.
what I get for being loyal to Jason. Depths unknown. I watch him a lot now. We never had Blackbeard in this house. Now we got Blackbeard everywhere.
Thank you, Janice. I really enjoy it. Those little guys have been breeding and breeding and breeding, and there's so many in this tank. And I just had them in a 20-gallon, and they had overtaken the tank. There were too many, so they were breeding themselves into a crash. So, and I've really wanted to get them into a bigger tank. I just
Plus, that
love
knocks out
the Julies.
another tank that we no longer have to maintain. It's gone.
Yep, 20-gallon. 20
We're
long.
going to be doing the next one we're going to attack, guys, so you know, is that one right there. And then these two tanks here, I've got to save up some money because I want to replace them before I reset them.
Yeah.
And I might be getting some store credit on some of those fish. There's a couple, I don't know, though, and all of them are got their own story behind them, so I don't know if I could necessarily ever get rid of any of them. Probably just let them live out their years. Like the big fella, the big clown leporanus will probably end up in the 300. I love that fish. He's getting, I mean, girth-wise, I cannot get over how huge he's gotten. He's like probably a 4-pound fish now.
Byron Volman says, "What did he send you BBA with Wonka Vision, and now you have it?"
No, none arrived, Eugene. What we've been doing is that we've been like we had those ant tetras and the cherry tetras rotting away where nobody could see them. They were back in the bedroom tank and they were in the bathroom tank, and the bathroom tank was super dark and they would hang out in the back. Never could see them. So, like, the 110 right now eliminated what? 2 tanks, 3 tanks in itself?
2.
Yeah. Of which we decided the 20 in the bedroom staying because we're going to put my line of Bloody Marys in there. I want to make sure that they do well. And when I'm looking at them every night, I can make sure that there's no planaria and stuff like that, or the nasty weed, I call it, that kills them.
Lumpy Dog, how are those Vikings?
Yeah, my Vikings lost, but you know what? I look at it like this, brother. We needed to lose at some point this year. I'd rather it be early than later. I think it'll be a different story. The last game of the year, we go to Detroit, and we'll have our big tight end back. He was supposed to be back today, but they decided to hold him out one more game. I'm pretty sure he's suiting up for the game against LA. And you know what? We lost by 2 points. We played a hell of a game. I ain't worried about it. It's tough to win all the games in the NFL. And I was worried about this game. This was the games we have left. The ones I'm most worried about are probably Detroit again, Green Bay again, and then Seattle and Kansas City. Yes, Danielle, I just talked for a second.
I hate football talk. I have to give you a hard time, don't I? What's wrong? Don't be a butthead.
Hello, Jude.
I
How
heard
are
the
you?
people this morning on your live stream this morning making fun of your mug.
Oh, there. I should drink that too.
Yeah, your mug's down here. Ah, only Oscars, who's been a member for 28 months. In case you missed my hello. Yeah. Your brother says at least they didn't lose by 40 points. Oh. Eugene says, fish promises. No, we've been doing good. We've been taking every tank that we're down. There's a few of them that we've emptied as fish, and we need to get out, clean, and get rid of. So we've got.
Speaking of which, Sue Moore, if you're wanting 20 talls, we got a few that I think we empty now.
Yep. And then one of the 20 longs I want to set up into the fry tank for the baby plecos. So they'll be easier to feed and all of that. So I got to start. Now that everybody's getting to breeding size, I need to make some new caves that I can slice in half with a hair. And then bake them like that. And then they, then that way you can, you have a rubber band that holds them together. And then if you have the babies, you can move them over into a fry tank. Just move them all, move the whole cave and take off the lid. Susan Moore says, yes, I'll buy 20 talls. So yeah,
I'm going to be opening up some more too, because now that we have the Bloody Marys going into the 20 tall up here, I can move one of those 20 talls in the back, one of those lines into probably the mosaic guppies will go in there, and then I'm pretty much going to give up on our Hawaiian blues. I'll probably put them in one of our show tanks up here, the last 2 male guppies, or I'll give them to what's her name. I mean, I'm pretty much out of the business on those. I mean, they completely destroyed our females.
Yep, all the females are gone.
We tried. I'm kind of leaning towards getting completely out of the live bear game now. Even considering moving on from my Schubels.
Yep.
Just some of the painful decisions. The plecos are a full-time job in themselves. I mean, you need constant supervision, and the live bears, if you're not able to sell them, I mean, monthly, where you're moving them out every month, I mean, they
get too many.
They can take over a tank quick.
Yep. So, and the Julies in the tank behind Ken, at least they'll be able to breed and go crazy in there for a while. But I really like that fish. But I think maybe I should put some dither fish in there so that they'll come out of those caves a little bit more, because they do like to hang out in the caves.
So this is the last week. You guys will have the beautiful Daniken across the bottom. Next week, Danny and I will have to be in the same room together, streaming from YouTube.
Yep, we might fight.
So we're not sure how that's going to work yet, but you guys will get to
experiment with this. So next week, just so you know, it should be a shit show. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. What were you doing, Susan Moore Guppies? She said, sorry I was late. I am late. Was super busy today.
Hello, Kimberly. Miss Holtz is in the house.
Oh, good. She says, I've got egg layers and egg scatters breeding now, and my 10-gallon racks are for guppies.
Seville, Steve, it's kind of a, I mean, they just sporadically one day just send you an email saying, oh, by the way, we're changing our platform. They didn't give us any previous notice other than they gave me a month's notice that if you decide to stay with us, this is what it's going to be next month. You're going to owe us $40 if you want to be on the baseline, which the baseline is lower. Danny and I use the top of the line streaming. I forget what it, 1080 or whatever it is. And they wanted to drop me down to where it would be 780 again, which would have been horrible. So anyway, my wife and I both decided that enough's enough. I mean, they wanted $200 plus a month to keep what I currently have.
Well, and we don't make money from this show, so it's it's not even a thing. So it would not be worth the monthly fee. Oh, he said, you had me worried last week, member stream. You sounded like you weren't streaming anymore. Glad you found an alternative. Well, yes.
Oh, no, we're not going to never not stream. I mean.
Right.
We've got, God, it's hard to, I can't believe it, but I think we're over 5 years invested in this now.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, I can remember when we were first starting out, we had the echoes and you and I were both sitting right next to each other. So it's like we're reverting back to the good old days.
Well, how good are they going to be?
You know what? With my laptop, we both could actually sit on. Oh, you moved the couch. Shiva can now sit between us.
Well, she likes to take over that whole half of the couch.
Yeah. She's going to have to be into some remedial training because that ain't going to work.
I told you she takes up half the couch.
Shiva Jean. Hey. Do you think you can share? Can you share some of it?
Eugene says $200 a month. Just think of how many guppies that is.
Yeah. Tain't worth it.
Only Oscars. That's what I was thinking. Susan Moore says the horse and goats stay on the lower portion of the property in the summer months, but I bring them up to the top of the property for winter because it's easier for me to care for them. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Seville Steve, she's still recovering from the buoy incident.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
She's actually been pouting for weeks now because we haven't been on the boat. So she feels like she's been left out. The other day, she saw me going to get the truck and she runs out there all excited and sits all pretty for me to open the door because she thought we were going somewhere.
And I just had him pull it out so that I could get to all my camping gear and get my camping gear organized. So he pulled out the boat and she thought we were going someplace in it. And so it's, She says, I was hanging gates, cleaning stalls, digging rainwater ditches, etc. Oh my goodness. That's a lot.
But like I told you guys about a week or two ago, that you will start seeing, I am starting to get more long videos out. I did get the 110 out. I'm going to get this one behind me probably tonight. And as we're resetting the fish house, we will give you guys updates. And here pretty soon, we're going to be continuing the paludarium. We're almost at a point where we're probably going to be able to start on one of those. And Danny's little crabs can't wait.
Yeah, they keep multiplying in their little tank.
It'll be neat to give them a lot more room to have their. Then we're going to take a bunch of our male type guppies and put them as the fish in the paludarium. So that's what I'll save those two beautiful Hawaiian blues for. Is that they'd be good for that.
Yeah. Stephen P says, howdy, howdy. And HHD, hi, you two.
How you doing, Stephen P and HHD?
Actually, it's greater than HHD.
Yes, sir, we are, Stephen. But we have the longfin albinos.
Yeah.
We don't have this. I could have got a super reds today, but I don't know what it is about the super reds. But for some reason, that's the one pleco that Danny and I, every time we get them, do not do well in our water for some reason. And it makes no sense to me because we breed every other bristlenose, no problem. So
I think it would be fine. We just had them in by themselves. I don't know.
I should try them again, but it's just finding the right line again.
So yes, we're still selling the longfin albino bristlenose, and Ken does ship them. So yes. Red HHD says, great, we just moved our goldfish indoors today.
Uh-oh.
Hello, Paul McCarthy.
I haven't seen him in a while. How you doing, Paul? Good to see you.
Yeah. So, yeah, we've been doing a lot of fishy things this week. Like yesterday, I just went up to IKEA and I got a bookcase just to hold fish stuff.
It was bad. I mean, it was taking over the whole bed in her office. And so now we have everything in one general area again. The needs of the fish house.
Yeah, the whole top road's fish foods. Then I've got medications, and I've got fertilizers and all kinds of stuff. So
and this is the med center.
Med center and razor blades.
Oh, that would
we look like drug addicts.
Well, we couldn't find fungus cure. I knew we had more. You kept saying, no, we don't.
Well, I couldn't find it. It was buried. Now it is conveniently located on the shelves.
Nice. I'd rather not have to medicate anything. Would be awesome, but we know that's just not possible in a fish.
Seville Steve says, wait a minute, a bed in the office? Yes, I have a queen size bed in there.
It's going to be moved downstairs into one of the other spare rooms.
Yeah, I used to have like a desk in there, and then the camera faced and it had the fish tank behind me, so nobody ever saw the bed that was in there. But now we're gonna just get rid of the bed. Yay!
And then she could put her desk anywhere in there she wants it.
Yeah.
And she won't be banished to the lower level.
I could be, if you need me to be.
Well, we just got to decide until the lower level is dialed in, it might be better to stream out of your office for us.
Yeah. True.
But we're not that far. All we got to do is just move the 135s onto those stands and all that and reset them. Then we got to get 2 135s for this wall tanks, and those will be getting converted back to African cichlids. We're really missing our Africans.
Well, they were so colorful and beautiful, and even though they
And they
argued,
and they were actually a little more energetic than what we have up here right now.
everybody just sits around and goes, duh, duh, duh.
Yeah, like I'm a dork. I'm a dork.
The bed and cameras are for Danny's other channel. Whatever. No.
Who said
Uh-huh.
that?
Al Wet Socks.
Al said that? I never would have thought.
And Roland says it sounds like a good place to take a nap. What?
Well, I'm trying to think over the years of the fish house. We had Dan's Fish spent the night here. Lucas spent the night here. Skipper's been here. Shanna's been here. Who else has stayed in those rooms over the years? I can't even remember them all.
No, only Oscars.
Stephen P, I think, spent one night here till he got his hotel the next night.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people here.
And that's just the people that were invited guests to spend the night. And then we, of course, the Daniken party sometimes required people that weren't supposed to spend the night. So,
yes, because we don't want people driving.
yeah, Danny and I had a rule: you pop a beer, your keys are with us. Ain't nobody dying from a DUI on our watch.
Nope. Yeah, Eugene said it right. Bed, lights, action, cameras, fish.
Longfin albino frontosa? No.
Nope. Don't have any of those. Thank you for the $1.99 super chat. Appreciate it. But I don't have any longfin albino frontosas. I don't know that I'd want them to be albino because I really enjoy the bluish
And
color.
I don't think I'd want them to be longfin, really.
Yeah.
They already got pretty fins.
Yeah.
Now, if I was going to have a special frontosa and I wanted another frontosa line, it would most likely be the widows. I love those widow frontosa.
HHD says we've had Jeff Kane, Foxy, and Peplin so far at our place. Nice.
I was supposed to go and visit them, but of course, we all know how that ended.
How did that end?
The fiasco with everybody, all of the people in my party catching COVID, and
I
was planning on breaking free to go visit those two, Jake and his wife, Katie, and end up not being able to.
Yep. Do you prefer the LDA Veil or LDA Normal? I don't know.
You talking about the frontosa?
LDA long fin. Oh, the Super Reds. I like, or I guess Super Rot. I don't know. Super Rot Ancestris? I don't know. I'd never heard of the LDAs. This is the first time. They're pretty.
Now you got me curious.
I would say I like the look of them both. I'm kind of partial to long fin plecos, and I'll tell you why. So my very first long fin pleco that I got was a long super red long fin, and she reminded me of a little fairy in the water with those flowy fins, and just so pretty when she'd move around and everything. And I just loved that fish. And I loved her long, flowy fins. And she just reminded me of a little fairy. So,
Well, that one looks very similar to our L82s.
yeah. But ours are not longfin, for sure. Yeah, our L82s, those are gorgeous fish. I love them. So Dean suggested that I make the cave ends more rounded and not pinched for the, which ones was it?
L82s.
The L82s. And then we need to start feeding our, what are the ones that are what are they? 297s, Ken?
Which ones?
The ones that we got from
397s.
397. Yeah. So we got to start giving them a lot of vegetables. Dean suggested we give them lots and lots of greens. They're such a pretty fish. Super, super pretty.
Oh, shoot. Last spring, they said they put a pleco in one of their ponds and they found its skull.
Oh. Probably didn't like the cold weather.
Beans, he's in Upper Wisconsin. I bet he didn't.
Aw. Well, if he's bringing us fishing in the winter, maybe it didn't get enough food. Goldfish eat a lot of food.
Wasn't a goldfish, it was a pleco.
Yes, but if goldfish eat
I
the
see
food,
what
then
you're
the
saying,
pleco
yeah.
gets none, starves. Oh, Seville Steve says probably didn't like the raccoon. Oh, 14-inch pleco. That's a big pleco. So I moved one of the plecos into the other tank that didn't have two plecos in it. I put them in where the cannot think of their names? Decorus. In the tank with the Decorus, I put that other little pleco in there.
Oh, in the 300?
No, in the wall.
You put the Decorus in the wall?
No, I guess I just put I put it in where the tank on the left. If you're looking at the two tanks, I put it in the tank on the left because there was only one pleco in there that I could see.
How many were in this one?
One.
He's going to preserve it and make it into a display piece.
Is that weird? I don't think
and of
so.
course, Jim bites off. Jake, do it.
Yeah, seriously, because I mean, people do cow skulls and raccoon skulls. Why wouldn't
sure
you
after
do
I
a
crowed, Danny
pleco
had
skull?
my skull in one of our tanks. I mean,
do you have any trouble with crossbreeding with the plecos? Well, the only problem we've ever had that with is we only have one kind of pleco in a tank. So we have the short fin albinos, they're in one tank. We have the long fin albinos, they're in another tank. But they throw both. And then long fin and non long fin. And then we have the super reds, they're in their own tank. So no, we don't have a problem with it until they get to this tank. Now,
we have had our babies making babies as of late because.
And we got normal color.
Yeah, my guess is a super red and an albino got together, and you're not going to stretch that far, are you?
I don't know. Is it?
Not to where you'll be able to see them, I don't think.
Hang
But
on.
anyway, we got some albino, and I don't know what she's doing, guys.
I'm moving around all these cords. Okay. Here we go. Now we can, I think. Yes, no, maybe so. There we go. There we go. Right?
Yep, that's better.
Okay. Well, let me see
Now you
if I
got to
can
find
see.
one of them.
Yeah. Well, see, there's that same batch, but one turned albino. So he's just an albino.
I mean,
That
they're
one
itty
there's
bitty,
got
guys. They're
mixed
about this big
colors.
right now.
There's a couple. Can you see the piece of wood back there with them on it?
Yeah, barely, but you can see them.
You can see him moving on it.
But that's the only time we have trouble with crossbreeding is in the grow out tank.
Oh, here's a great shot. Can you see him?
Yep.
Look, so they're normal colored. And those are from probably a super red and albino mixing. So that was our only problem. And that was the first time we've had that problem. But that's the grow out tank, and they grew too big.
Janice says, she's making me dizzy.
I'm so sorry. There. Said I had a long fin regular
Have a
breed
good night.
with an albino.
Vibes.
From those plecos, I got 4 colors of babies. Let's hope not.
George
So
says
we only
he's
have
not
the
going this evening. He's still in Eugene.
Okay. He said, I got some calico bristlenose and they're a cross. Yeah, that's probably what those guys are. It's just a calico. They look pretty though. And they're cute. Sorry, I keep yawning. I wore myself out doing that tank today because I had to drain the whole thing.
Well, I mean, we haven't, neither one had a decent meal since breakfast either. So
Yes, very hungry.
down there, I ate, somebody had brought M&M cookies and chocolate chip cookies. So, you know, I ate some of those.
Ken's a cookie monster, but did they have milk?
No.
Because he likes to take his cookies and dunk them in a whole glass.
Well, that I wouldn't do that in a public place, sitting there watching the ladies up speaking. Hey,
I wouldn't expect you to be going, hey, when somebody's speaking anyway. How rude.
it was that PNW Beta spoke today, and I guess she opened her own store in Corvallis now.
Oh.
Brick and mortar. She took a year off of college so she could get it going, and she got it all put together. And I told her you and I would take a trip and check it out. We should probably do that some Saturday. Just go on a fish tour, hit the Premier and hit Aaron and hit Premier on the way down, then go to her Corvallis store and then end the day at, oh, there he is, Danielle. He's out. Oh, where's the net? Because he'd be a good one with your canes. He's perfect size.
He would eat babies.
Look at, there he is.
He's a microcynodontis. He's in the corner, the very, very corner.
Have not seen that fish in 3+ years, and all of a sudden here he is.
Twice.
I should get a net and put him in the Frontosa tank. I could.
Somebody's asking that. LO31. Let me look.
Yella, hold down the fort. I'm going to try to catch him.
Don't! Leave him alone!
Oh, you want him in here now?
Well, he's not big enough to eat anything, is he?
Well, I mean, he is a Synodontis.
Is he big enough to eat anything?
I don't know. I don't think he can. He's miniature.
Then leave him alone.
Fine. If you start missing CPDs,
And no, we have not tried the peppermint pleco. An L31. Those are black with the white dots. How big do they get?
I know Kays has been asking me to do another YouTube meet and greet as well, George. I probably will get one of those done in November at some point. I got a busy November already, though. And then you'll never guess when the Christmas party is for Willamette Valley.
My birthday?
No. For a day that I already had set aside for you in December.
Oh, well, then we can't
So
go.
I don't think I'll be at the Christmas party this year because we've been planning this rebuilding of all your broken rings for how long?
Yeah. Long time. Yeah. I do like the peppermint plecos though. They're super cute. They've got such a funny shaped head. Fireball. Danny, hold
He
up
just
down the
loves
floor.
keeping your goat with that.
Look what I can do moment. No. But no, I haven't tried the peppermint pleco. Kenny and I are going to be very, very selective about which plecos we try. I have to really, really, really want it. And if I really want it, or Ken really wants it, then we know other people will want it. Like we've got leopard frogs breeding. We've got the super whites breeding. We've got the regular L236s breeding. We've got the red super reds, albino long fins. So I think that's and we've got the king, what are they?
L333 King Tigers.
King Tigers breeding. So we have a lot of plecos breeding here. They like our water, apparently. Yeah, so an adult peppermint's about 6 inches. Yeah. Yep. Not too big, but I do like their little funny little heads. So we just need to get better. That's why we need to finish getting rid of all these extra tanks so we can have grow out tanks for all these different types of plecos. Only Oscar says, and I want all those plecos.
This
See,
is the other one I
what I
want to
mean?
do.
Yeah, those are really cool. Is that honeycomb?
That's the honeycomb, yeah.
Yeah. The
Those
honeycombs are
so
super cool looking.
cool.
How big do they get?
They're not that huge.
Honeycomb pleco. Let's see. So I don't see anything that says what their size is, but I want to keep all small plecos. It's a bristle nose, so it probably
I don't think
doesn't
you get
get.
much more than 5 or 6.
It would probably be 5.
But there's 2 different honeycombs. There's the honeycomb bristle nose, and then there's the honeycomb pleco. And the honeycomb pleco is the one I really like.
Yeah.
But that's the honeycomb bristle nose, which is a cool fish in its own right as well.
Says they're not exactly rare or unusual, but I still think honeycombs are spectacular. They are spectacular. Very fun.
Another one that I wouldn't mind doing is the actual flash plecos too. I think they're really cool. We had the colony that crashed that tank. I wish we could have had them in their own tank from the get go because I think we would have. I think those are a cool pleco.
Yeah. Well, I think your honeycombs are the Wobbin Muster that somebody was asking us here just a bit ago in the stream here.
So Bill says that the honeycomb, the real honeycomb L37, are 10 inches, so we probably don't want those.
Yeah, we don't want those. Nope.
10-inch fish just are not something an average fish keeper is going to mess with.
Right. But those Wobbin Moosters look a lot like the honeycombs. And then they're only, a 6-inch fish? So, I think you said.
As far as that goes, I think the Galaxy Bristows are good looking too. Starlights or whatever the hell they call them.
Well, there's another Ancestris out, but I don't know how big they get, but they're absolutely gorgeous, is the Rio Paraguays. But I don't even know where you'd get those. They're just amazing. They've got like bright red polka dots on them with a black background. Oh. Yeah. So anyway, almost makes me think that it's a fake picture of a fish. It's so pretty. It looks like they're for sale only in Europe.
Well, we
So
have
who
a
knows?
European friend. We'll say, Seville Steve.
He said might be a European thing.
U.S. Customs, don't worry. We'll get it figured out.
Oh, that's funny.
Rio Paraguay.
And that's the Rio Paraguay is 5 inches. Only get to 5 inches. Yeah, see, they'd be perfect. If I could get my hands on those, I would totally do it.
I'm
That
sure
would
they're
be-
here somewhere.
I don't know.
Well, I know the U.S. is getting pretty cautious about what plecos they're letting in anymore.
What's the pleco that goes through phases, like 3 phases, where they change colors and patterns? I don't know. I know of one that goes through 2, but it's not I don't know. Only Oscars. I have the Paraguay pleco. Is it red dots on a black background? Ross Baltimore has them. Who's Ross Baltimore?
I'm looking them up.
Baltimore. Store locator, Ross Dress for Less. That's not helpful. This says, yes, it has only Oscars, help me get that fish.
Well, I put him on, and it's showing rare plecos on eBay. I don't think
Really?
I'm down for buying shit on eBay.
I don't know.
Well, there's one called a rose spotted pleco that only gets 5 to 6 inches. It looks cool too.
So yeah, Ross Baltimore. How much are they?
This is for wild caught, $140. But that's what they always start at. And if I call them up, say I want to buy a colony of 12,
Yeah.
they'll probably give me the deal. They're sold out anyway.
Oh. Dang it. Who else has them? The other thing is we can always look on Aquabid and see if anybody has them.
Hypostomus rosapontus. I know I butchered the shit out of that name.
It's Hypancistrus.
Now here's a pleco. It's called a mustard spot. And it only gets full grown 3 inches. Oh, excuse me. X1 mustard. They're 2 to 3 inch. How big does this fish get? Kind of a cool looking pleco, though. See that tail? That's a cool pleco.
Yes. That's cool. But how big did they get?
I'm trying to find it. See, it would be helpful.
The L519 pleco always changes color several times. Wasn't that the ones I was just looking at? I think it was. Yeah. Super cool.
Ooh.
What? Anyway, so I guess we're going to have to look on Aquabid. So that's what we would change some of these takes around to, is some different plecos. Whips World said, Ken, but you said it with confidence, Kenny, so it sounded like you knew how to say it. Night Owl Aquatic says, hey, Kenny, I got the L519 if you still want to trade. Dan Sales, the L519. Uncle Smiley's Aquarium says. And HHD says, Ross is cool. And Whips World said he's a good guy. He sells lots of fish like you guys. He's been on Skipper's Channel auction many times.
Yes, Night Owl, I would love to trade. What are you trying to? He's got the honeycombs, the 519.
Oh, awesome.
So yes, reach out to me. I don't know if you have my phone number yet or not.
Well, put up Daniken Aquatics. You can email us too.
Yeah,
and if you'd like stickers.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. Better do it now because we won't be able to do it ever again.
Yep, that's true. Unless we hold up a sign.
So if you would like Daniken stickers, you can go to daniken.aquatics@gmail.com and we will send you off some stickers. And
also,
Night Owl, reach out to me and give me your. I'm pretty sure I already have. Could have swore we already exchanged numbers though, but in case we haven't, reach out and I will definitely will do some horse trading. I'm always loving trading.
Seville Steve says, is Griff going tonight?
That'd be nice if Griff would come back.
I know. But Ken, it's 7 o'clock.
Who is going tonight? Let me see if there's anybody that I know. God, I can't believe it's that, but I know one thing. My stomach's saying it's that. I'm ready to go eat somewhere.
Yep. I hear you.
Okay, next weekend, we have to go to my nephew's, his last games in Gresham. Next weekend.
All right.
So we have to go to it.
All right.
All right, let's see who's going this evening.
I don't see anybody else that's live right now.
Nope.
So we don't have anybody to send you off to. Apologies. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you guys all coming. Eugene, what would a 1,000-gallon aquarium just full of plecos be like? Mass chaos.
It would be if it was full of plecos, I guarantee you're doing tank maintenance every 2 days, 3 times. Listen, these fish for the auction today were only in the bag maybe 2 hours, and all 4 bags were full of poop by the time the auction started. And I bagged them like an hour before I left. So they're only in the bag maybe 2.5, 3 hours. They filled the bags.
So, and Whip's World answered the question about the street age pleco. He says, is the Hypostamus luteus 15 inches, full covered phase 3 as they get? Okay.
All right, guys. Me and Danny are going to head out for some din-dins. Thank you all for coming. As always, love your fish. Thanks to all of our lurkers and replay crew, all the moderators. Thank you guys. Thanks to all the people that have super chatted and all the members. And then, of course, thanks to all of you that have been here for the full hour with us. Greatly appreciated. We will see you same time, same place next Sunday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, and it will be the YouTube special. So we're anxious to see how this is going to go. Anyway,
don't be expecting too much.
Yeah, have your
Yep,
expectations. Actually, I think it will be a better thing as far as quality, because I know YouTube is top of the line as far as streaming goes. So it just doesn't give you as much perks for the extras. But it's not like Danny and I have been known for our extras anyway, so it's probably going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Danny doesn't like it because she is going to have to stream like this, and she's not digging that.
No. Sorry, guys.
That part she's not liking.
Apologizing in advance. I know how to fix it. We'll just move back.
Anyway, guys, thanks a lot. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.